Hello, this is my entry to Lauren's collection, her contest, her video contest to 500 subscribers. Firstly, congratulations. If anyone's not subscribed to Lauren's collection, please do so. Great channel, lots of Blu-ray collections and unboxings and collection updates. Really great stuff, really love the channel. So I'm really excited to enter this video. I got the questions on my phone. So the first question is, what franchise do you like more? A Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween? These two horror titans being pitted against each other. Now, the original Halloween, which I've got here, is one of my favourite horror films ever. In fact, it might be my favourite horror film. It depends, you know, it changes on a daily basis, but I love this film so much. It terrified me last year when I watched it for the first time. It really terrified me. I have this thing about, you know, home invaders. They get under my skin. Like, you know, I couldn't imagine being home alone, then someone comes in. It really freaks me out, that whole idea. And this is basically that in a film. Obviously, John Carpenter, master, and it's just a fantastic film. But I don't own any of the others. The only one I own, the only other Halloween film I own is Halloween 2018, which I really enjoyed. So I'm gonna have to give this one to A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the 7-film box set, and so cool. I met Robert Englund himself a few months ago, and I got him to sign it for Lewis. Sleep Kills, Freddie K, Robert Englund. He was amazing. I don't want to turn this into a story time about that, but no, he was amazing. I had a really good chat with him about the films, and yeah, this is, I believe, the first printing of the set. My dad got this when it came out, and I guess that's why it's my favourite franchise out of the two. I sort of have a connection to these films. Obviously, I didn't watch them until I was much older, but when my dad bought this home, I think this set first came out in like 2010, maybe 2011. I was just fascinated by this cover and who this guy was, and he had told me stories about how he'd watched the first film on Laserdisc when he was younger at a friend's sleepover, and how he loved it, and Freddy Krueger was, you know, a big part of his childhood. And so in that respect, it's always had like a special place in my heart. And when I finally sat down to watch them, I love these films. Say what you will about the sequels, they are very silly. They are very, like, desperate in their attempts to bring Freddy back, even though he died in the last one. And nothing beats that original film, though New Nightmare comes close. It's... the franchise is so creative. I think with something like Halloween, you sort of... There aren't many possibilities after that initial first film, which I think is probably why for the third one they tried something different. But obviously it didn't work, and everyone just wanted Michael Myers back. But with Nightmare on Elm Street, because of the concept of it all being in the dream world and all that stuff, I feel like you can go much more creative with it and push a lot of boundaries. And like I said, the sequels may be silly, but a lot of them are just so creative, like in you know, Dream Warriors, for example, all the superpowers that these kids have in their dreams. It's just awesome, and it's just a really creative horror franchise, and that's why I love it. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street wins, even though probably Halloween is my favourite horror film, but the franchise overall, Elm Street wins. So, what's a movie that you love or like that people seem to hate or dislike? Now, I am about this a lot. There's a lot of things that I consider myself to enjoy as a guilty pleasure. You know, I was gonna pick Transformers 3 because I actually don't mind that one, and I was gonna pick the Fantastic Four films, the ones from the 2000s, but I went for this one in the end. It's a film that, you know, I grew up on it, so I'm gonna have nostalgia for it. But it's a film that I seem to see a lot of merit in that people don't, and I think, you know, sometimes deserves a second chance. And it is Spider-Man 3. Now this film, yeah, okay, it's disappointing as a follow-up to Spider-Man 2, which incidentally is one of my favourite films of all time. I love Spidey 2, and yes, this is disappointing as a follow-up, but I think it's still Sam Raimi behind the camera, so you still get these impeccably directed sequences with, you know, the crane sequence in particular, where Spidey's jumping through the crane is epic to watch, and the sound design where you just hear his breathing, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. The music, Christopher Young replacing Danny Elfman here, and you know, I love his music in this. I might even prefer it to Danny Elfman's work. I love the horror vibes. A lot of the time it reminds me of the score to Alien. In the editor's cut, there's this really creepy moment where you hear the black suit breathing, and the score is just, it's so like the score to Alien in the dun dun dun. It's really good. The performances are really excellent, I think. Yes, the emo dancing sequence, well, you know, I will defend that as it's a nerd, you know, trying to be cool, but trying to be what he perceives as being cool, which actually isn't cool at all. It's definitely a Sam Raimi style of humour, and it's an acquired taste, and I understand why people don't like this. And yeah, the film jumps wildly in tone, you know, but I enjoy it. I can pop this on when I'm doing a marathon of the trilogy. I can pop this on and it doesn't ever feel like it doesn't feel like it's a slog to get through. Like I can sit and watch this happily. And yeah, I've always liked this one. Hopefully one day we'll get, because obviously we've got this version and we've got the editor's cut, which I've got somewhere. Hopefully one day we'll get to see Sam Raimi's original version of this before the studio interfered, because that's really what went wrong with this. The studio just messed up. They wanted him to do Venom, he didn't want to do Venom because he doesn't like Venom. And yeah, that's really what went wrong. Hopefully one day we'll see Raimi's original vision, but until then, I enjoy Spider-Man 3. Sue me. What is your favourite video to make and why? Well, you know, my channel has changed rapidly over the years since I've been doing this. I think it's changed for the better. I really love, it's really hard. I enjoy doing video essays because that's where I can really, you know, stretch my critical skills, what little I have, and my editing. And I've got one in the works right now. And I also love collection videos. Like I love, although I never finished the final Doctor Who DVD collection, I just love doing collection videos and showing stuff I enjoy, and I love all that stuff, and I really should do more of collection videos actually, and unboxings and stuff, but they're probably my favourite in terms of how much I enjoy doing them and how easy they are to make. But I don't know, I also really enjoy the video essays and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's all the questions. So yeah, that's been my entry. Once again, please subscribe to Lauren's Collection. She runs a great channel. It really is fantastic. And yeah, good luck to anyone else that entered. It looks like to be a great competition. And congratulations to Lauren again on 500 subscribers. This will be the end of this video. Bye bye.